I acted up. My mom was like, "You're coming with me." Took me into the changing room and whooped my ass.
To this day, I blame my mom and my grandma for why I have no ass. They hit it so much.
They knocked it off.
Knocked it off.
And then there's a certain point where they just give you a look.
The ruler?
Yeah. Oh, no, dude. I wish it was the ruler.
I remember it used to be they get the belt and hit you. So then they decided to find way more like
creative, aggressive things to do.
So what my parents would do is
hit you with a brick.
No, it wasn't even hitting us.
Oh damn, okay. Dude! They went military on.
They went military on my ass. Although when I was in my teens, my mom did punch me in the face one time.
Allegedly.
Oh no, there's a picture of it.
I
was like, I didn't make any noise, but there was a mirror right next to us.
Oh, you deserve to be punched in the face.
I would have done it too.
And then she punched me, and I was just like, afterwards, like years later, I'm like, I earned that one. Yeah. And she has a picture right there. Like, do you remember that one? Do you remember that one?
Framed in the.
Oh yeah, it's in the living room, framed and everything.
Welcome to another episode of It Is What It Is.
It is?
It is what it is.
I thought you were going to go, stop doing that.
Where we sniff for problems away.
We sniff like our mentor, John McAfee.
Who?
The owner that made the McAfee's anti-software stuff. The dude's a psycho. 100% psycho. I think he died recently.
But because of
no, he was
coke? Was he doing?
No,
he was sniffing coke.
Google him and you can see some crazy shit that this guy did.
Oh, you're talking about because he's no longer the.
No, he was the founder of the antivirus company, but then he left. But then he does like he was doing crazy shit all over the place.
Yeah, I heard about.
I think there was a video where he says, "You know how you uninstall the software and he just shoots a fucking computer with it."
Wow,
the guy was crazy. Just Google, you'll see one crazy. There's one with him sniffing cocaine with guns and a bunch of like girls in bikinis.
What?
I mean, it's probably gonna be the first search.
Oh wow! This one right there.
There it is. They're not in bikinis, but like right there.
What? Was this for a commercial?
This is just shit he did on regular basis. There's many YouTube videos of him just doing random shit like this.
YouTube videos.
Are you sure this is not Photoshop? It looks a little Photoshop.
Crazy.
He looks a little Photoshop.
Dude was crazy.
You want us to pull up the videos too?
That's gonna be a lot of work to edit that.
Yeah.
Let's not make Leo's life any harder.
No, please don't.
But yeah, this guy was really crazy. But he's a lot of entertainment. Though his software is very annoying.
Is it one of those things where like you think cocaine comes into play once you're like larger than life and make a ton of money, and then so nothing is fun, so you're trying to make something fun with recreational drugs?
I mean, he was making enough money where it was just like, I think cocaine was the...
You pay with cocaine at that point?
Yeah.
What's the street value of cocaine?
I don't
Asking the wrong people.
Yeah, we're not the right people for that.
We can go back to that.
Well, that's what you Google. I'm gonna take a guess. I'm gonna say I don't know how they said because they call it 8-ball, right? It's like an 8 ounce or whatever, like a little bag. Mm-hmm. I think I would guess if it's like ounces wise, like $50. You would say for like I don't know if that's a shot of cocaine or no, too cheap. I'm cheap, so.
It sounds like you're talking about meth right there.
So we're going to have the DEA come in pretty soon?
Probably.
Also, a bump is just like a line, right? I'm assuming.
We're the wrong people for this. Where are they?
What's the street value of, I think they call it 8-ball.
So 25 bumps, parentheses, doses of cocaine per gram. But a gram could sell anywhere between 25 and 200.
That doesn't seem right.
And these two should be flipped, right?
Let's look for a more legit sorts. Let's ask some of the neighbors.
I think we're in the wrong neighborhood, too. For cocaine, I think we need to go to La Jolla.
Because of fanciness.
Yeah.
They're
not doing any of the cheap stuff. They're doing the good stuff.
The good stuff.
It's like the celebrities, the people that you have the yes mans, and then they're able to get their hands on like anything they want with the right amount of money. They're probably overspending, just to not get caught and get through, like,
yeah. I mean, I remember the joke at work used to be like, we'd say like, we're not able to have a drug problem because we don't get paid enough to have a drug problem.
Well, wasn't that now that Halloween passed? I think at some point they were making fun of that people are putting like drugs in candy, and then the memes that you see right now on the online is basically that, just saying Dude, how much do you think drugs are? Do you think somebody has a lot of money to really be drugging kids for no reason?
Exactly.
Yeah, I always laugh about that. Like, oh, they're gonna put all these drugs in kids' candy. It's like, drugs ain't cheap. They're not putting that shit in candy for kids.
Yeah, they rather make money off of it.
They barely want to give the good candy. Do you think they're gonna give the good drugs?
Yeah, like it's cheaper to give a king size candy bar, and they ain't doing that shit. So, what, you think they're really gonna give a bump of coke? No, they're not.
Especially if it's $5 to $25.
No, five.
A bump was $5 to $25.
Oh yeah, $5. No, that was a gram. A gram was $5 to $25.
Oh yeah, bump of Coke is between $1 and $5, according to this random source that we don't know if
bump
it's
of
accurate.
Coke in Google. I want to see the image of what a bump looks like.
It's just a line, no? That's what it says, like a dose. The things that you can find online.
So, like the one on the key, that's a bump.
Yeah, right.
Okay, that seems more reasonable.
What's an 8-ball then? Now I'm wondering.
That's probably what you need to make a line.
I thought it was like the little bag, like, or maybe it's 8 grams of Coke, and that's why they call it 8.
Everyone watching this video is going to be like, man, you guys don't know shit about drugs. Why are you talking about them? We're learning. This is a learning channel.
An 8-ball, also commonly called 8-ball, is a an eighth of an ounce, ranging from 3 to 5, 3 to 3.5 grams. Oh,
Most often cocaine.
so cocaine, I guess. I learned it from Hollywood. That's my
Right.
yeah.
You watch too much Scarface.
Yeah, actually, I think I did. I think I did get it from that, or I think it may be the dude. I doubt the dude does them, right? I think the dude is just weed, or he's just high on life.
Mm-hmm.
Which dude?
The dude.
The dude, the White Russian. The dude.
Big Lebowski.
Oh, shit. Sorry, my brain went.
What dude?
One dude. That's like your opinion, man.
I really respect, man. Oh, I sounded like the 70s show Leo from the 70s show is like,
Oh, yeah.
I really like you, man. That guy was always on something.
With a car that runs on water.
It runs on water, man. Yeah, I love the 70s show.
Oh, yeah. I think it's like one of the few shows that I can just be laughing like the whole time.
The whole time. Dude, okay, I want to bring talking about drugs and like back old episodes.
Drugs are bad?
Drugs are bad, okay. Okay, we were hanging out like probably like last weekend, and you were saying the level of profanity within SpongeBob, or at least subjective things, right, on SpongeBob.
Okay.
The 70s shows is another one of those shows that they had so many more references that I did not catch as a teen.
Kid, yeah.
As a kid, yeah.
Yeah.
No, there's so many shows like that from when we were younger, and it's just like, how did this go over our heads? But it's like, oh, we were younger.
To be honest, I still didn't see it quite as much with SpongeBob episode
You only saw
1.
one episode.
Yeah, but maybe
If you go through a lot of them, trust me, there is a lot of like sexual innuendo in a lot of them.
Yeah. Yeah, so you weren't there, but we were watching like episode 1 of SpongeBob just because we were saying how it was before, I guess, more raunchy, right? Or more, it had like double meaning more for like adults and kids.
Yeah.
And, there was some things that I guess you can infer. There was some subjective language. I thought it was a little far-fetched, but...
No, it's there.
Mm-hmm.
You can Google it. It's there.
Yeah, I always see posts online, like the top 10 things that went over your head from SpongeBob and stuff like that.
Okay, that one I can see it. So the meme is basically, sorry, Sandy, I have to go cut my hair. And then Sandy's like, wait, he doesn't have hair. And then she's like, or does he? And the only part that is covered in, I guess, his chest, right? He can have a hairy chest. What do you mean, no? Do you think they really meant?
Anyway. They did. The creators have talked about it, yeah.
For this one, Mr. Krabs started selling hot dogs at the Krusty Krab. SpongeBob and Squidward decided to sabotage the idea and make Mr. Krabs' whole wiener thing blow right up in his face.
Oh, well, can I say the one from the 70s shows that I didn't catch as a kid, what they were doing? Mm-hmm. It was when they would go to the basement and there was all the smoke. Like, I thought they were actually smoking cigars or like cigarettes. And then later I was like, now it makes a lot more sense.
Well, I mean, we were saying it at the on Friday. Scooby-Doo as a kid went over my head completely.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, I didn't realize Shaggy was a stoner.
Yeah. Yeah. That you mentioned, I can believe that. I can see that being such a good spin.
As a kid, you're just like, oh, Shaggy and Scooby are just like, oh, they always just want food and stuff like that. But when you think about it, Shaggy was probably just stoned the entire time. Did Scooby really talk, or was Shaggy just imagining it? Because, I mean, the dude was eating dog food.
Yeah.
Like, he was high as hell, and he was just eating dog food. And I don't know what's up with the other three, but there's probably something there going on, too.
And if any of those, I mean, if you were to say, like, which one of those is the stoner, it's Shaggy.
Oh, 100%. The others are trying to keep him out of trouble, but yet they take him to mysteries. But even when you think about it, why is Shaggy going on mysteries? The dude's high. Like, he's not going to be able to help out. It's just so they have bait. That's really all he's for.
Were they really ghosts, or was he just imagining and making this stuff up? Maybe everything is an illusion.
Because maybe that added to his like fears and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Paranoia.
That the show is just off the view of Shaggy, and we just think it's like, oh, there was monsters. But it's like, no, everyone knew it was just people in masks or something like that. Yeah. Shaggy was the only person that thought.
Okay, this is what I think it is. It's actually Shaggy sitting down in a chair with a psychologist, kind of like a shrink, and just going like, let's get over your fear of monsters. And it's just walking them through like, what if you just imagine them in costumes, and it's just them going at it. Like I think that would be.
Could be.
Yeah.
Scooby-Doo was awesome though.
I love Scooby-Doo. I do remember a lot of conversations with like double meaning with the two superheroes, right? The retired superheroes.
Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy.
Yeah. But that's because they kind of portray them as old and maybe a little senile,
But they were definitely saying stuff that I was like, oh,
yeah,
okay.
Edgy.
Oh, I remember that one. Where he tries to put the coin and then the horse hits him.
Wait, so what is it for the people listening in?
Okay, so it's like this seahorse and this fish trying to like ride the seahorse, thinking that it's
like a mechanical seahorse.
Yeah, kind of like when you go to a store and the kids just ride like a mechanical like horse outside. So it's like, oh, where's the coin slot? And I think he tries to put it inside the horse.
Oh, the only hole the horse.
Yeah. Oh, the panty raid.
Oh, the panty raid. Well,
panty raid.
That was a little bit more obvious.
I was also not I liked SpongeBob, but it wasn't like my...
Oh, we were already old for it. Remember, we didn't have DVR or anything like that, so it was like whatever was on TV is what you were watching. So it was like SpongeBob was the better of bad situation a lot of times. Because what would it be, like 4 o'clock, and it'd be like, all right, what's on TV? Yeah. And like Toonami would be like at 5, and it's like, well, I guess SpongeBob it is for an hour.
And then for me, my little brother watched a lot of SpongeBob, so...
Oh, yeah, he was the
right. Yeah, your little brother. We know it was your older brother.
No, he actually watches Teen Titans Go.
Oh,
he watches that crap?
Did you guys watch, what is it, Shaolin Showdown?
Yeah, I saw that one.
Oh, dude, that was my to-go. I think it was Warner, or was it Fox? No,
WB. That was WB.
No?
No, I watch more Jackie Chan, though.
That one, yeah, like
Jackie!
Jackie! Betty.
That one was a weird one, though, because I felt like it started off really, really strong.
Yeah.
And then out of nowhere, I was like, what the hell is going on? What are these dragons? It felt like it went the Dragon Ball GT route. Or you have dragons. And I'm like, what's the point of these dragons?
Yeah, because the first one, the first season, they're collecting the talismans.
Oh, that was really cool. And each one had different powers. Like, oh, this is really cool. And then it's like,
Yeah, I always remember like Static Shock, Jackie Chan, and then like I said, Shaolin Showdown.
Mucha Lucha. I remember that one.
Mucha Lucha. That one was a good one too.
It was meant for us. It was meant for us, our culture. And then it got canceled. And I was like, yeah, it seems right about for us.
Right.
All right. Well, screw this SpongeBob. I think some of them are a little far-fetched. Like, you need to really, like...
Or was it See You Next Tuesday, Mrs. Puff?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, season 2 episode. Yeah, I think I remember this one, too.
I feel like you can find stuff in most episodes, just how much of it's actually there. It's like, here for the parents, like, here, have a 2 or 3 jokes here and there.
Now, the one I always remember is Toy Story. Like, someone's sucking up to Woody, and then Mr. Potato Head takes out his lips, and he like...
kiss ass, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Like, that one, as a kid, I never got.
Oh, yeah, Red and Stimpy, they didn't hide it.
That one was obvious.
It's obvious.
That's the thing. Do you consider Ren and Stimpy a kid's cartoon or an adult cartoon?
I mean, I watched it as a kid. I would still have my kids watch it.
We watched South Park as kids. It wasn't meant for kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one I would consider more an adult.
Nah. It's like Monsters. Would you consider that an adult cartoon?
Our Real Monsters?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think so.
Show a picture because I don't remember it.
There was like an umbrella monster, and then like it's like the same kind of.
Oh, I didn't watch that. I know which one it is. I just didn't watch it.
And then Rocko's Modern Life was almost there, almost to that level of Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah, I actually really consider that one more for adults than for kids. Maybe teens.
But why?
Because they knew how to market them, and a lot of that stuff just went over our head.
Because I would, knowing that what I know now, I would still have. I would be totally okay with kids watching it. To be honest, I mean, it didn't.
Well, I mean, because a lot of times, like, it's like SpongeBob, anything that's there, it's going over kids' heads. They're not understanding it. There's shows where it's like 100%, like Ren and Stimpy. It's not going over kids' heads. They're gonna understand some of it at least.
And I think
he actually does cocaine.
Yeah,
possibly. Yeah, that one has like a lot of imagery. They like more gross, maybe raunchy stuff.
Nah,
no.
Kids should be able to take it.
Today's kids cannot take. These fuckers eat Tide Pods.
Well, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I feel like if you introduce it early enough.
We didn't have the internet too, so I mean that kind of helped us.
Well, I feel like at that point the kid is now more advanced and knows more things. I mean, dude, the things that you can get at Fortnite and in playing freaking Minecraft, dude. The kids online sometimes can get really into things, and you go like, "How old are you?"
Yeah.
Like, I forgot way back when I was playing Minecraft, like online, you have little kids literally proposing people to get in bed with them, and you hear their voice and you go like, that's like an 8-year-old kid, you know, because you know how they do it, right? Like they're like, oh, I'm sleeping here, come sleep, but you know what they mean, or they do the oh, look down there, and then you know they pretend to reach from the back. So these are kids doing that in Minecraft. What's the
I mean, a lot of these kids have easier way to see porn. I mean, when we were kids, it wasn't easy to find it. Mm-hmm. But now it's like any kid with a tablet or anything that can reach the internet.
Yeah, that shit is scary, though.
Yeah.
That is scary.
Like, I always thought if I had kids now, it's like, oh, I'm putting parental locks on everything.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I don't know if I would let my kid really hold a tablet until he's a teen at least, you know?
Not a little kid for sure, but I'm like, how old can I keep that? Push it back where I'm like, at some point it's just going to happen.
Yeah.
It's going to be more of a thing you limit how much it is. Like, okay, you can have it for like an hour or something like that.
You know what really grinds my gears?
Oh,
you know what really grinds my gears?
You know what really grinds my gears, America?
Remember, you can't cuss.
So we're going to get a swear jar?
Yeah, swear jar for
eventually.
Eric. Yeah. fuck.
Trying to control myself.
But where is this coming from?
When making the shorts, I'm realizing, oh man, I'm annoyed of all the cussing I do.
That's it?
That's really it. Because I'm like, oh, that might have been, yeah, but because I curse so much, it's like, no, it's not that funny because I curse too much.
Yeah.
With moderation, it works. But if you're just saying it every other word, sometimes like it loses its value.
Too many fucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think I don't know if it was with Eric here, but maybe with you, Cisco was talking about this, how I do watch what I say, you know, when I'm around like
around kids. Yes,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But like, or even, it's such a weird thing. Like even if it's not even like the slang of it, like instead of dick, you know, saying penis, like I'll go like, oh, I try to like not say even the proper, you know, word, or testicles. I wouldn't say testicles in front, you know. Or if I feel like there's a kid that could hear, you know.
Yeah. No, around kids, I'm always like, I feel like I have to watch what I say. And then you hear the parents curse, and I'm like, why are you doing that? Like, this isn't judging the parents. I get it. But it's just like, I don't really want to curse in front of kids because I don't want to then hear them cursing.
Now, but is cursing really that bad, though?
Yeah.
It just seems it sounds kind of dirty, right? I guess, but
no.
it's not.
But then you have like those friends that everything they say is just cursing all the time, and then it's kind of like, can you just shut up sometimes? Like my brother curses a lot, and a lot of times it's like, dude, can you just like say a sentence without cursing? You don't need it. It's not adding anything to what you're saying.
Yeah.
So like if you curse and like it adds something to it, I'm like, I like it. But if it's just you say fuck all the time, it's like, well, who gives a fuck?
Yeah, you should see how. Yes, one of my neighbors, I can hear how the kids talk to the parents, and I don't know. I have never seen them because they're fence, you know, like I don't know them really.
Yeah,
but I overhear them, and the way the kids, they sound like teens, maybe like in high school, talk to the parents, but that's their normal conversation. They're like they're literally saying, I'm trying to think of the last thing that I heard. Oh yeah, stupid lazy bitch, go make me a sandwich. That's the kind of stuff, and that's what they're telling the mom, dude. And then the mom replies like, "You lazy fuck," you know, like you go, you do it yourself, you know, like that's but that's their normal. I know conversation. That's their normal,
and I'm just like
they're not yelling. I'm saying like they're talking.
And I'm like, if I would have done that to my mom, my ass,
slapped.
Yeah, I would have been. Oh damn.
The bell, the chanclas coming off.
Everything. They are going to whoop my ass. Yeah. But yeah, I've had friends where I hear how their kids talk to them. I'm like, dude, does your kid not respect you? What's going on here?
Yeah. And it's not, at that point, it's not even just not the cursing. It's just the way you're talking back to, or they talking back to the parent.
It's like, that's kind of showing, well, you don't really respect your parent. Do you really respect anybody?
Sheesh.
Yeah, but at that point, if the parent, right, I guess...
is letting it, but it's like, you're not giving them a good thing. It's like, all right, what happens as they grow up? Are they just going to treat everyone that way?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to tell parents how to raise their kids, but come on, like...
You can't tell me how to raise my kids.
Yeah, it's like... Because I had a friend where, like, I'm sometimes around her kid, and I'm like, the kid talks like that. I'm like...
Yeah, that's tough, dude, because, you know, like, none of us have kids, and... Like, sometimes you go like, man, like, you wonder. I mean, we're not parents. I always hear that, like, well, it's because you're not a parent. Or, oh, it's because, you know, you don't know until you get into, like, that kind of situation.
Yeah.
But there's some situations or some people that you go like, man, I really wish I could tell you something because, you know, it's kind of eating at me. Especially, maybe not cursing, but other things I get more like, dude, like.
Yeah, no, I definitely have those times where, like, I see people's kids and I'm just like, all right, your parents didn't raise you that way. Why are you raising your kid that way?
Well, now you know why they had the chancla, dude. That's
sometimes we're like, oh, the abuse. I'm like, but it worked. They put the fear of God in me, so I didn't mess around. When I was in public, I was a good little soldier.
In public.
Oh no, my mom even says when I was home, I was sometimes like a Satan, but in public, did not embarrass her.
Yeah.
And that reminds me of a meme I saw about the Dahmer show, Jeffrey Dahmer.
I don't know who that guy is. I'm just kidding. I was expecting everybody to bid. That was the running joke. So we took our nephews to trick or treat. We were expecting to see somebody like rest on. Yeah, we didn't see a single one. No. But anyways, to your point, go ahead.
Have you guys seen it?
Yeah,
I haven't seen it.
Well,
I know about him. So
the meme, I guess, at a point how he used to be like hit as a child.
Right.
Like that, yeah. And then kind of like what we're talking about, our parents would, you know, knock the crap out of us if we were out of line and stuff, and we didn't turn out like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I still remember if I did act up. I remember being in Target one time I was probably like 5 or 6. I acted up. My mom was like, "You're coming with me." Took me into the changing room and whooped my ass.
Yeah.
I came out. Everyone knew what just happened that was around, but they were like, "You probably deserved it."
Everyone heard that.
To this day, I blame my mom and my grandma for why I have no ass. They hit it so much.
They knocked it off.
Knocked it off. Yeah, because it's funny. My mom goes like, "I don't know. When you were a kid, you had a big bum, you know." And then now it's like, well, you hit me so much that it's all gone.
And then there's a certain point where they just give you a look.
You see, for me, my mom honestly, she may have hit me like a couple of times. My mom wasn't really like that aggressive. My grandma is the more traditional one. She would be the enforcer, I would call.
The ruler?
Yeah. Oh, no, dude. I wish it was the ruler. But no, it was like slaps like in the butt kind of.
Oh, yeah. That happened to me.
Yeah. And then
I remember it used to be they get the belt and hit you. But then you eventually get to that one age where it stops hurting. But you're quiet about it for like the longest because you're like, I'll take that because it doesn't hurt that much.
I got the belt.
Right.
But then my idiot brother decided to tell my mom, it doesn't hurt anymore. And I was just like,
no.
Why? Because he was 6 years older than me. So it's like, yeah, it doesn't hurt you anymore. It didn't hurt me anymore either. But I'm not going to say it.
Yeah.
So then they decided to find way more like
creative, aggressive things to do.
So I remember after the belt stopped working, what my parents would do is
hit you with a brick.
No, it wasn't even hitting us. It was, all right, you got to get on your knees and like be up, but you have a bag of rice in your arms and you can't let it go down.
Oh, damn,
okay.
dude. They went military on
They
you.
went military on my ass, and if both me and my brother were acting bad, face to face,
No.
Oh,
for like 30 minutes, and I was just like, oh man, I'm not acting up anymore.
Yeah.
Although when I was in my teens, my mom did punch me in the face one time.
allegedly.
Oh no, there's a picture of it.
One day there's a picture.
Because
Cameras
she did it like
existed.
the day before picture day. And I think she was saying something and I was arguing with her. And then as she was turning around, I was like, "Nyah, nyah, nyah." But I didn't make any noise.
God.
But there was a mirror right next to us.
Oh, you deserve to
And
be
she
punched in
Yeah,
the
I
face.
would've done
yeah.
it too.
And then she punched me and I was just like, afterwards, like years later, I'm like, I earned that one. And she has a picture right there. Like, do you remember that one? Do you remember that
wow.
one?
Framed in the
Oh yeah, it's in the living room framed and everything.
blown up.
I think it was from junior year or something like that.
Yeah. I don't know.
High school?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I was thinking
That's
maybe-
right.
I was thinking like elementary school.
Yeah,
No,
or middle school.
Middle
maybe.
school.
Yeah.
No, at that point she was just like, "Oh, I know the other stuff's not going to hurt you anymore, so I'm actually going to hit you." And it was with her ring hand, so like the mark, like she cut some skin off.
I
She
think
hit me with the ring.
the mark's still there.
We see it. Yeah.
I was just like, "God damn!"
That way he learns.
Yeah.
I learned after that. If
Does he though? Really?
Watch
Does
for a
he?
mirror. Watch. For,
Took him 17 years, but yeah, he finally learned.
Maybe we should slap the cursing out of him, you know? Yeah. I don't think my mom ever really got that aggressive. My grandma, I want to say the worst it got.
she only did it once. I'm not trying to say my mom was
no.
abusive. It was just one
No,
time.
okay, no, it's like cursing. It's like cursing where they can do it like you have to do it the right amount of times.
Because you
for
learned
it
your
to-
lesson.
Yeah, because you learned your lesson.
I was like,
Yeah.
all right, learn my lesson. I'm not messing with this woman anymore.
Okay, this is what my mom's think, man. She's probably listening to the show or something. But my mom would be the way my mom would get me is like she would really drive the guilt, like the whole kind of like you were saying with the look. It's like the whole
Yeah.
I am so
I'm so
disappointed.
disappointed.
in you.
Oh, when
I
you're
expected way more of you.
When you're
And then she
older,
would
that one
be
gets you.
quiet, dude. And I'll be like,
That would eat you up inside. It's like, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, as adults, it's the only way they can get me. Like something with guilt. It's like, oh man, Then they make me feel bad. I was like, can't you go back to hitting me?
yeah. At that point, I prefer the hitting versus the mental torture.
Geesh. Yeah.
Because I'm like, physical pain, it's gonna go away, but the mental pain, oh man,
Yeah.
that really drives home. Now I can't sleep. I was like, oh man.
Oh no, I was able to sleep, but
You got no soul.
No, they get me through a guilt trip at night. I'm just gonna be thinking about it.
Yeah.
well, my mom. The thing like my mom cared a lot about was studies, like school. So I had to do good in school, or else
Well, your mom's a teacher, right?
that. But she was also the first person to go to college in my family, so she was regarded as
So the bar was set high for you.
Oh yeah, like for me, there was my mom always said like college. That I appreciated from my mom because I've been hearing it more and more. Where I hear some people that they don't even bring it up to their kids as far as like what you're gonna do with your life. My mom, since the very beginning, was all like, "You're going to college because if you want to become an architect." And like my mom was not like, you know, she would say like whatever you want to do, but you're still going to college, and whatever you want to do is, you know, it has to be through higher education. I was like, all right.
My brother set the bar really low, so like for me, it was just graduate high school.
Please just graduate, mijo.
I mean, he did graduate, but that was the bar. So I was just like, all right, I don't have to do much.
Well, with you, your brothers went to college.
Because he went to college before we even got to high school, right? 'Cause it's 5-year difference.
Mm-hmm.
So like you already knew.
My older brother,
Yeah, you already had to go.
So everyone, we went straight into college from high school.
Yeah.
So your little brother was just like, god damn.
Yeah.
I can't
He
be the
had the
first one
worst.
not to go. How do you feel? Because you're the middle child.
Yeah.
So how does that work as far as the parenting and how that dynamic changes?
Yeah. And so, as a middle child, I guess it kind of depends like how the older brother does. And then he kind of sets that bar for you. And then you'll set the bar for the younger brother. So yeah, my older brother, a little bit of troublemaker when he was in high school. So as long as I wasn't getting in trouble, it was
You're pretty good.
good. Yeah.
None of us got in trouble.
Yeah, you never. Let's be honest. When did you get in trouble?
Nope.
No. La chancla.
Yeah, like you were talking about, I don't think my grandma ever hit me or even scolded me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guilt trip.
Guilt trip? No.
Not even your parents.
Yeah, my parents, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah. I wonder. Yeah. I'm on the fence. Like, I'm not saying like physical I don't even call it abuse, like physical
Okay,
force.
but it's like because you heard the parents that actually beat the shit out of their kids.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
it's like, no, that's not at all what our anyone listening. That's not what we're saying our parents did. Because no, it never got to that thing. It was always like, okay, we got hit with the belt or something like that. It was like
it's good. You see, that's the thing though. Let me stop you there. Like the hitting with the belt. Like for me, that's crossing the line.
I just got hit in the ass, so it's like whatever.
Yeah, but for me,
I
okay,
think
for
at
me,
this point,
I would be like, that's crossing the line.
nowadays,
Like a slap in the butt. I honestly, I wouldn't. I mean, as long as you're saying like it's kind of like done like, I don't know.
I think for like the slap of the butt, it's not just all about the pain that comes from it, but like just that
it's embarrassing too. Like,
It's a discipline part.
Yeah.
I have a weird one with people where they say like, "Oh, my kid's my friend." I'm like,
oh,
why the hell is your kid your friend?
Oh.
It also depends on the kids because there are some kids that you can tell like that. That's why you sometimes hear like kids that don't they don't have rules or they don't like that. They go like, well, fine, you go to the military because they teach them how to like
Structure,
get structure. So I can see it. Some kids actually need that.
I don't know, I just see too many people like they treat their kids as their friend, but not like they're your kid. You need to discipline them.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And it's just like you kind of mess up your kid when you do that.
Yeah,
because they need that first rule of like, okay, these are the people that you listen to that they will tell you like you're going to be disciplined for this. That's fine, but if they're your friends, we have a bunch of friends. We don't discipline each other.
We don't.
Nope.
How many interventions we have?
Not enough.
Not yet.
Because you see it on schools. Like I've heard a lot of parents go like, well, you're not teaching my kid this, that, and that, and the teachers goes like, well, you should kind of be doing that at home. Like our job is academics. You know, if your kid is misbehaving, that's a home issue. That's not.
No, I always feel bad for teachers. We do not pay teachers enough for the shit they have to deal with.
No. Do you think this really works? I don't know. I feel like if you have a comfy job and if you have been doing it for too long, you can.
Yeah, but if you're also not getting paid enough, you also get to the point where you're just like, I don't care. I'm not getting paid enough for this.
That's why teachers should get bonuses. The better they have, they do like, I don't know, academically with some kids or something, or improvement metrics.
Not to derail the conversation, but I know like for a lot of teachers, they even say like so many things are based off test scores, and it's like that's kind of that's not really fair to the teachers a lot of times.
No, but for example, if like the way I would see it is like if let's say this is a tough part because for here in the US, like you change teachers, right? Like with every grade.
Yeah.
Whereas in other parts, like the same teacher teaches the same subject, for like every grade is just different, like biology, but like different things, right?
Right.
At least in elementary school, right? Because high school, I think that's when they rotate teachers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here?
Yeah.
Middle school too.
Middle school. Yeah. So, I mean, over there is pretty much in Mexico, it's kind of like that. You have your teacher throughout all these subjects, but it's the same teacher. So you can kind of see how that teacher is doing, year to year because it's the same subject, right? And if you see the test scores kind of go up.
It's a tough one, though.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, our academic system, like our schooling system in the United States is kind of messed up a lot.
Yeah.
But that's a subject for another day.
Okay, the cursing. Back to the cursing.
Oh, yeah.
So what do you consider a curse word? Because I've heard of people say the word "damn it" or saying "damn." It's kind of like a no.
I know there's people that they feel that way. I will say, "God damn it," I think is a curse word.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think in that sense it is. But if you're just saying "damn it," I'm like, whatever. Doesn't sound that bad.
Then how do you distinguish between curse and cussing?
I just consider them the same thing.
You consider the same thing? I feel like cussing is a little bit like harsher, like the F, like fuck and.
Or you just gonna be like,
yeah,
can I get him out of
like I don't want to say it.
the F bomb?
The one that we've already been throwing.
I know.
Say it like 100 times already.
What was that episode that I kept saying like we kept saying like penis, and then towards the end I call it like the ding dong or something, and I was like, why did I just do that if we've been saying penis and dick like this?
Should have called it a cock.
Yeah.
Cock. See, even in that episode, I was like, can I say the C word?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. There's certain curse words like I wish I would say more. I really like saying cunt. I just don't say it that often.
Right.
Because it's one where I will only say it with people I'm comfortable with. If I don't feel comfortable with, I'm like, I'm not using that one.
I think for me that my F word replacement, I say freak. Like, what's a freak?
No, okay.
like freaking whatever follows. But then at that point, doesn't that almost equate to just saying
So
at
like,
that point
why?
you might as well just say
Just say it, yeah.
That's a
word.
substitute. That's fine.
is it though?
Yeah, I would say that's fine. Honestly.
Because a kid knows what, like, well, not a kid, like maybe like a really young kid, but like a kid getting to the teens probably knows what you mean.
I mean, they know what you mean, but it doesn't matter if they know what you mean.
But at that point, it's like the same. It's like the same difference, right? You almost at that point might as well just curse.
I mean, one of my favorite shows, Battlestar Galactica. I remember they wanted to actually like curse and say the F word, but they just decided to say the word frack instead. It just means fuck. And I was just like, I thought, yeah, you know what? You got away with that for TV. I'm fine with it. I didn't want to get everything bleeped.
Oh, okay. This was my mom's favorite curse word. I just remember. I don't know if your parents have one, but you know how like in Spanish is chinga tu madre,
Yeah.
right? But instead of that,
Why are they so much better in Spanish?
my mom, I think she would say chinga tu máquina.
Oh, okay.
But that was her replacement. I was like, you're still saying chinga. Like,
The curse part is still in there.
No, but when she says chinga tu madre, she's talking about herself. So that makes sense.
No.
right
It
there.
depends because she wouldn't say it to me. She would be saying it to somebody, you know.
To a máquina.
No. So that expression though, kind of like that one, it gets used a little different, right, in Mexico, because it could be like, well, I guess we should say the translation of that for the people that don't know the. So it's always like it gets like motherfucker, right? That would probably be the
Maybe the literal term is fuck your mom.
fuck yeah.
So there's a joke like your mom. If your mom is telling you that, then that's
Yeah.
kind of messed up when you think about it.
Yeah, but also that expression is not used in the sense to like to curse at somebody, because you can also use it as a word of surprisement, like a phrase for surprisement.
Yeah.
It's like
Okay.
like oh shit, like
Yeah.
it could mean like oh shit. So like because my mom, let's say like they were crashing, like somebody crashed on her, right, on a car, and then she'll be like chinga tu máquina, like you know, like oh like fuck, like
Yeah.
and then you go like. But you couldn't. And then it was funny because I remember I asked my mom at some point. I was like, I said the word chinga tu máquina, and she's like, no, like you can't be. And I was like,
Yeah.
you say it all the time. But no, it's a curse word. I was like, what is there?
My parents were religious. They did not curse.
Really
Yeah, my parents.
religious, but they would hit.
I mean, the
It's in the
nuns
Bible.
hit all. Yeah,
It's,
the
oh yeah,
Bible.
in the Bible.
that's right.
Yeah, so they were fine with that. No, my parents, they curse a little bit more now. But when I was a kid, no, and then they don't drink or anything like that. So
Yeah, my mom doesn't drink. That was another fun fact, I guess, when the whole disappointment. The first time she saw me drink, she saw like she just gave me a look like
Yeah.
same.
Yeah. We had to hide that from our mom.
yeah, because so
Did she drink? Did she drink too, or not at the time?
Yeah. Yeah. When we were
at the
younger,
time.
when we were younger, she drank like, and she would get drunk. But now it's been a long time since she's like gotten drunk. But yeah, she'll drink a little bit every once in a while.
It's like getting disappointed. It's like, I learned it from you.
Yeah. But for her, it was more like we weren't at that age yet. And she didn't want us.
Well, dude, I still remember your 21st birthday. Your dad gave me a drink.
Oh yeah.
You're older than me. I wasn't 21 yet.
Allegedly.
I mean, I was a month away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we always drank in Mexico, and it's like it's
That never. My mom.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so I should give some context. My mom was she loved sport. Like I said, she never drank. Like my mom was gonna be an Olympian. Like she was selected to be like an Olympic athlete for Mexico, like representing Mexico. So she was super into like healthy eating, like that kind of mom, right? So here comes me, and I'm the first one to drink, right? So imagine that, like the whole first thing you see is like, I taught you better, son. Like,
Oh.
yeah. So and the thing that really made it worse, I think, for me was the fact that at 18 you can drink in Mexico.
Yeah.
But and most of my family would be okay if you were grabbing a beer or something, but my mom was like, oh no, now we're in the US, so you're drinking until you're 21. And I was like,
Yep.
I was
Makes
already
sense.
drinking by then, but I was drinking well before 21.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not allegedly, it was in Mexico, so I can
Only
say
when
it.
you went to TJ.
Nah,
Which was a lot.
Yeah.
I
used to
can
go a lot.
I can probably say it now. I don't care at this point. But when was your first drink that your parents didn't know about? It's a safe space. They
like
can't reach
2 weeks
you now.
before I turned 20.
They don't watch this.
2 weeks before you turn 20.
Yeah.
Okay.
20, huh?
You Cisco
Yeah, for me,
that you can admit.
I pretty much waited until I was 18.
So I was the
When I was in
really
Mexico.
rebel. I was the rebel one then.
Mm-hmm.
First drink I had was probably age 12 or 11. Like we're talking like a full beer kind of thing.
Remember, I was around a lot of religious people, so there wasn't many opportunities for me.
Dude, I mean, I was in the villages of the religious people. Like I was in the little towns where.
No, I'm in the religious people on this side of the border.
Oh yeah.
No, not that side of the border. No, they would have taken me to parties.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, like a full beer or something?
It was in a really religious little town, but all the kids would basically be drinking ages because they don't check ID. They don't really care. They just kind of need to know who you are, and they go like, "Oh yeah, he's not like a snitch or calling on the."
It was actually funny for me because growing up religious and, like I said, this side of the border, Baptist in San Diego, I didn't realize that religious people in other places did drink until I was older.
Yeah,
because they were like, "Oh no, God doesn't want you to drink" and shit like that.
Well,
and
I think Rome you can or no, I guess
not Catholic though.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
and then afterwards I learned I was like, then why did we follow these rules? That was very dumb.
Why does the priest have to drink wine every time?
Oh, he's just trying to get drunk.
that was the
why does he
joke.
give the wine to the altar boys? You know why?
Oh,
I was an altar boy actually.
Oh,
I did not get wine. So
no.
you hadn't asked when you were a kid. Did the priest get rid of it for you?
no, that was a slapping. Remember?
Sure, it was a slapping. It was a pounding.
Oh, God.
Okay, the cursing can go away, but this is never gonna his perverting.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. You see that's why you see SpongeBob with things that it doesn't have, dude. It's just your mind.
You just don't have the mind for it. They were.
I guess I don't. Yeah, no.
Like the Disney stuff? The Little Mermaid cover?
No, I don't. Wait, what?
The Little Mermaid cover?
Anyone?
Nah, the original. Apparently there are penises on the...
Oh,
wait,
yes,
what?
yes,
Whoa, okay.
Yep.
Bring,
All right, let me
bring
see if I
that
can
up.
bring that up.
Bring the penises.
The cocks.
No. You have to say it with class.
Le coq. I think I remember, hearing about this, that there's penises in there. Yeah.
What? This I don't believe in if it's true. Oh, come on.
That's
Come on, how's that not?
No, dude.
No, you don't believe it?
No.
Come on.
No.
All right, we'll show an image and then people can decide for themselves.
Yes, let us know. That's
I remember. reading
nah.
about
Dude,
Yeah,
there's no.
come
I was
on.
gonna say there's no veins.
That would have been too much. That wouldn't have gone through.
It's just because you're trying to find a shape on something that didn't mean to have a shape. For me, that just looks like a tower that is kind of melting, and
Melting tower in the
But it's
water.
like,
the
but
ocean.
looking at it, it
the
doesn't
water is eroding.
It doesn't
the
look like
castle.
anything else there.
Yeah, look at the other towers. Don't look like that.
The fact, okay, this is the thing. Somebody had to zoom in so much to just like, oh look.
No, but I mean, they probably could see this because the cover was pretty big when we were kids. Not like
The
grab
VHS,
the VHS,
covers.
yeah.
Yep.
Have you heard of that AI software that just creates logos for you out of?
Oh yeah,
Like,
you just write
Logos or
something.
pictures.
Yeah. Have you seen that?
Picture,
Dude, we
yeah.
should try that. See, like, write Little Mermaid and something and see like.
If it
Little
recreates
Mermaid.
us.
Yeah. Little Mermaid.
Oh.
Do it.
I can't remember the name of the software.
Just look it up.
Yeah.
Google. Jujule.
Jujule.
Oh, you have to sign up for it though.
To get on the wait list.
Oh.
We'll do it another time then.
Tune in next time. Yeah, but anyways, I'm wondering what kind of
We should do an episode about that.
just pull all this random stuff.
Yeah, I just remember the John Oliver show that.
Oh no,
where he
we
did
should.
it.
Oh, that's right. He did have an episode on that.
Yeah.
What we should do is that each one of us figures out something we want to put on it, and then we don't show the other person. They have to guess what it actually was.
Oh, that's smart. All
Eric,
right, stay tuned.
Fuck penis. What else?
Cunt.
No, cock.
Cock.
Okay, what are the curse words that you're trying to get rid of? I
It's
think
mostly just the F word.
I think that's your go-to word.
Yeah,
by the way.
I need to take that one out. I do say shit a lot, but I feel like I don't use it as often, so it's like okay.
Yeah, shit. I don't consider a cuss word, but I know
Yeah.
You know.
Probably not as harsh, but
Well, I mean, do you remember as kids, you couldn't say bitch shit at all in like TV or
in
anything
shows
like that?
and stuff. Yeah.
And out of nowhere, it's like, oh, you can say it everywhere.
Yeah.
You just can't say the F-bomb, but you can say everything else.
What's your go-to curse word? It's the one
Probably
that
like shit.
I think shit.
Shit
is
or
yours.
fuck.
For you, I think it's shit for sure.
Yeah. We were actually playing King's Cup a few weeks ago, and someone made a rule where you had to cuss before you drink. And then and then you can't repeat it, right?
Oh.
And then we had one cousin who's like, I don't know, the only word I ever say is fuck. Oh, it was your favorite. You had to pick your favorite cuss word.
You're wrong. So we had this is like my mother-in-law. We had King's Cup at the house. We were just family here. My mother-in-law doesn't really drink, but this time we would like sway her into like drinking with us, and we were playing like cards, right? And we did the same rule. My mother-in-law doesn't curse, and it just so happened that she pulled a card, so she had to curse. And we always make fun of her because I was the one who I think put the rule on her or something, so she was like really like not wanting to curse, and the whole thing was like to say like the curse word before you drink, right, or whatever. So she goes like, we're like, no, you have to curse before you drink. The first thing that she does, instead of just like cursing at the air, because everybody's all like, like whatever, like stupid, and then you drink, right, but like you don't really look at anybody.
Yeah.
And then she grabs the drink, looks at me, and goes like, pendejo.
Ooh, she was holding down one.
Yeah, and then from there I was like, no, I can't. Like the true feelings came out.
It hurt.
Yeah, it's all good, but we still to this day we make fun of her. The fact that she literally, and I wasn't even like in front of her, like she had to like turn around and.
That's great.
That's
probably my mom's favorite curse word too.
Pendejo.
She uses that at me all the time.
Like I said, my mom, chinga tu máquina. Your mom, what did we say?
Pendejo, my mom?
Yeah.
Or that, or cabrón.
Cabrón is not a bad
not
word.
really, yeah.
No.
At my house, it was considered a bad word. Growing up.
Your religious house, yes.
Because cabrón is more like...
Google it, Cisco. Is cabrón a curse word?
I'm trying to think of the equivalent.
Like, maybe calling someone like, you bitch or you fucker, but not even that strong.
I've always considered like translation being like asshole.
Yeah, it's like somebody, you can use it for like somebody that like not a thief, but like you take advantage of things.
I know the way most people use it as an adjective, like, was for asshole.
I'm thinking more like, estás cabrón, or like you're badass.
That one.
Like,
okay.
yeah, that.
Well, that's
that
if you use it on that.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing with a lot of the Spanish ones. They use them for every.
Yeah. Even the madre and padre. Esta madre or esta padre.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it good or bad?
Yeah.
It's kind of like what we do with shit. Like, that's a shit, or no, that's shit.
Güey es bien like if you go like ese güey es bien cabrón, that doesn't mean badass.
Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah.
No, so and what I thought it was basically like that if you're somebody that takes advantage, like a bully or like not even a bully, it's just somebody a cunning person, I guess.
But it's also like the word shit. Like, it's still considered like a bad word, but it's like you just mean I'm literally just gonna go take a shit.
No,
it's not really bad in that context, but it's still.
Then again, we use cuss words.
So what are you thinking for the cabrón? Like, say an example.
Yeah, like estás cabrón. Like, that's the thing with the problem with Spanish, because the context, I think, shapes the curse, meaning. The meaning. But it could just be like that, like something, a cunning person, or.
Yeah. I think now it's not really like a negative word, like negative connotation. Usually to compliment someone.
Because cabrón could be like it's like está cabrón. It's difficult.
I wonder what the literal definition is.
It's like a difficult person. That's what it is.
The literal is male goat.
Yeah, because it's from some cabra.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, right here it says asshole, fucker, bitch.
I don't know about a fucker.
Maybe not like that level.
The way profanity. The ways I've used in the past and heard other people use it was most like asshole or bitch.
Or like someone's being a butthole.
Yeah, but not really fucker. That one's
yeah.
If somebody's being a butthole, they're tight. Family.
Not yours after the priest got done.
Family. You see? This is what I mean? Wait, what did the priest do to me?
Gave you wine so you could fuck
I'm not the one with the what? You see, I'm not the one with the dirty mind. I think
dirty mind.
Yeah, Eric secretly just wanted that, you know.
Why
didn't they take advantage of me?
We had pastors. We didn't have priests.
Big
They
difference.
could actually have sex with women.
Yeah, speaking of which, you guys see the Pope make an announcement?
No. You can't just go from that to that. Like you were like, have you guys seen the Pope?
All his altar voice?
No, what happened with?
He had to like make an announcement about like not watching porn and stuff, and people were like starting to wonder, like, are there priests now in the Vatican like just have a problem with porn? Getting addicted to porn and stuff, that he had to go out and give this whole message.
I know, because there's always that thing of like when someone has to make a message about it, you're like, how often does this happen that you have to make that message about it? Because I always think like with work, you hear like those things like, oh, don't use your work computer for like porn. I'm like, who uses their work?
Who was doing this?
And then like you ask someone from IT and they're like, oh no, it's been a problem in the past. And you're like, who would do this?
Right?
Dude, what you don't? Oh no, you weren't there. You don't remember what happened at State once at the library? Mm-hmm. So I don't know if you remember because this was before your time. This is when they still had public computers in the
San Diego same thing happened at UC Santa Barbara.
This guy just went into the computers and started, watching porn, literally jacking it off at the computers, and then security had to like rush in. They closed down the whole floor basically. And
The whole floor?
They had to let him finish and then take him out.
They had to clean up his mess.
Like, please 1 minute. Please 1
I
minute.
don't know. I remember the homeless people going into the library at Santa Barbara.
Yeah, I could see that.
And they would do it like very often. It was like one of those things where we were just like, it's just homeless people watching porn. It just became such a norm thing that we were just like,
You just look over and like,
whatever.
yeah. And get back to my
The
paper.
only time it ever became a problem was one time that like one of the homeless guys went and grabbed some other guy's dick.
Oh.
And that's when it was just like, whoa.
Was it consensual?
No, it was not.
Apparently not.
Where it was just like, okay, wait. We let you guys watch the porn. We didn't bother you. But like that was keep your hands
But
to
now
yourself.
you're not inviting us? Never mind.
Yep. It's always that one guy who ruins it for the rest of
I was
them.
like, yeah, because they were all like,
What even the rest of us? So you look it up.
The rest of them.
I think it's say else. We gotta go back to the playback there.
Play back.
Play that clip again.
Throw the red flag.
Challenge flag right there.
Challenge.
I'm pretty sure he said us. But yeah, it was always like that weird thing of like, oh yeah, the homeless people just go in there and watch porn. We're like, as long as they do it on these particular floors where like no one else is paying attention, it's all good.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
We had a really big library.
Unspoken rule.
No, I think it was spoken. I mean,
Was it?
You don't need to speak of the rule either way.
everyone would just be like, it's just the homeless people. Whatever.
Yeah, I remember that happened in middle school in a computer lab.
I mean, but those are horny, like preteens. Like it's like there's a reason they have the child locks on.
Yeah.
Those kids are trying to watch porn.
And like the lady who's like running the computer lab, she got up and she just like walked over to the guy. You're out of here. Get out. And then the rest of us were like, what the hell?
Well, I remember.
I think I might have been in that class with you.
It might have been you.
No, wasn't me. I was in that class.
He thought of the idea and he just didn't execute.
Because that sounds familiar. I do remember being in the computer lab and someone getting kicked out one time. But I don't remember if I remember why he got kicked out. That might have been,
Yeah, they didn't say it.
I'm pretty sure we all heard about it because it's high school, right?
No, this was middle school.
Oh, no.
You weren't with us.
Oh, okay. Middle school. At middle school, well, yeah, I think you guys were in a different school. But in middle school, they at the library, same thing. There was like 4 or 5 computers, and somebody actually put. You know how you could bypass the restricted websites because people used to type it in Chinese or whatever, and then put it.
Like Facebook.
Not giving it away, but that used to be a thing. And
Sorry,
then,
kids. They already fixed that stuff.
yeah, and then so they did that, but they started playing it on every computer, and then they left the library. So anybody that walked in basically was watching porn as they passed by. And then the librarian, I think at the end, it's like I guess like somebody noticed, and they're like, and they're like quickly shut down all the computers. But
I mean, did our high school library have many computers in the library?
high school, yeah, about 3 or 4 as well.
Yeah, it wasn't that many though.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Was there a computer lab?
Yeah, that's probably why.
Computers.
Oh, okay, yeah, there was. Okay, I can't remember.
There was a couple of computer labs.
I feel like we just used it for like printing or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for me, it was engineering classes.
Oh,
All
okay.
the engineering classes had it, and then every now and then, like some teachers, like English, they would take you to write your
to write
that's
stuff.
yeah. I remember with ETB, we had to go do that a couple times.
Yeah.
Isn't it like when they're teaching you how to? Oh no, that wasn't.
So this was something I always laughed about. Like in high school, they taught us like MLA format and all that other stuff. And I remember getting to college, and so many kids didn't know how to do it. It's like, we came from the poor high school. How the hell do we know how to do this? But you rich kids don't know how to do this.
Oh, because they have
Someone else to
attorneys.
do it.
No, they have attorneys. They can actually afford attorneys.
You can hire someone to do it.
I was always surprised. Was like they had to explain all this stuff to a lot of the kids, and I was like,
Yeah.
"How did you guys not learn this stuff? And how did you get into college?"
You see, but they taught them about money. We didn't get taught about money.
No, they were just giving them money. They didn't get taught about it.
They're probably like, just spending it all.
Yeah, they're like, "This is money," and then you'll be like, "What? What is money?"
I remember, how was it? Going to a friend's math class, and they were like, what would be like the first math class anyone would take if they got into school. Like there was nothing below this. And I remember a lot of people didn't even know how to do like slope in algebra. And I'm like, okay, so you cheated to get into college, right? Because if you don't know how to do this, you shouldn't be here.
Well, for me, it was even like the one that I always had difficulty was like, it's the English barrier too, but it was essays. Like I suck at grammar and
Oh yeah,
you guys know this. You guys know this.
Yes.
That's why we went to STEM.
Yes.
You got to take less of those classes.
Yeah.
Like I remember people asking me like, "Man, how many essays did you have to write to college?" Nope.
I wrote
After-
every single essay.
After taking those like mandatory English classes,
I was never bad at writing essays, but it was never like I was getting A's, and it was like, okay, I was solid B. I was like, that's fine. I'll deal with that. Then you have those people that write the solid A's, and you're just like, oh, I'm like, okay, cool. You still suck.
The one that I always laughed at is like when they're teaching you poetry.
Oh,
And I go like, is this really useful? Like nobody even likes that.
I have a poetry.
That's a side.
I have a whole book. I remember one time we had to take a trip. We had to take the bus from San Diego State to the trolley, thinking like, I think to Cesar Chavez. And then we had to like walk around Cesar Chavez and then take the trolley to the border. And then we're just like recording everything we saw. And then we had to make that into a poem.
What was this like in college?
Yeah, in college. And then we took
What?
the trolley all the way back to, and we were by ourselves. This is like an individual assignment.
Are you sure you didn't walk into like a different class or
that
something?
kind of
Nope.
sounds like your teacher was hungover. Just like I need them to go do something.
Yeah, and it was a list poem, so you just write what you saw.
So what did
it
you
was like
write?
the easiest thing.
What did you write?
Just what I saw.
What did you see? Let us know. Here,
Oh.
here, take a stab. Try to do the poem right now.
Close your eyes. No, no, I was just talking about like the murals and stuff, and then talking about my family history.
I don't know. Maybe it's not
It was
my
like, why?
thing. Like I don't know. Like I don't even read poetry. It's like that's cool, dude. I don't know.
I see why people can like it, but I'm also like, it's just not for me.
I require everyone to write one.
Well, and then they teach you all the different styles of poetry, and you go like, what?
I find haikus to be fun though. But yeah, regular poems, I'm just like, whatever. Haikus is more like, oh, how can I figure out a clever way to do this? Because like I have a rubric of how I have to do this. And it's like, what is it, 575 or something like
Yeah,
that?
you like the number games.
Yeah.
There was, I remember, I forgot the type of poetry, but there was a style that actually the words didn't even have to rhyme, like back to back.
I know what you're
and they go
talking
like,
about.
this doesn't even read right. Like it's like I'm almost just writing an essay with like
Yeah,
short sentences.
might have been like the list poem I was talking about,
Yeah, because nothing rhymes.
and it doesn't really have to have like a rhythm to it.
What the point? What's the freaking point of that?
Right.
Yeah, the teacher was high.
Teachers didn't want to teach. They were just like, go do this.
Maybe.
Take a trip around town and
Oh, wait, this is a college teacher, right?
Yeah.
They might be able to afford cocaine.
That explains it. Maybe he wanted you guys to go to Chicano Park to find something.
I know, right?
And bring it
One
back.
of these kids are bound to.
So, you guys have anything to report?
It's like, you're going to be close enough to buy your Logan. Bring me back a bump. No, bring me back an 8-ball. That's probably a part of the assignment you didn't know about. That was extra credit.
Yeah. That was extra credit. Dang.
That's why I feel
Missed
that
opportunity.
Would you guys always go to for the extra credit?
Oh, God.
In high school, yes. In college, no.
I think for both I would try, but
When I needed it, I guess. In
I'm
college.
sorry.
Yeah, in high school, I didn't bother with it. But yeah, in college, and if it wasn't like too
It
much
depended
work.
also on the percentage. Like, all right, we're talking like, oh, it'd give you like 10 points or some shit like that, but like 10 points isn't really worth that much. Like, so what am I doing?
Yeah, it depends if extra credit. For me, it was extra credit on the test. I would always try to do it if I had the spare time, and then if it was on the homework, it depends how I felt about the teacher.
Because I think one class, like an extra credit assignment, that was worth like 5% of your total grade if you did it. Like it give you a bump of 5. I was like, well, I guess I'm doing this thing because like 5% for a college class is like that's a lot.
But I think for me, usually those 5%ers would be just like a lot of work, though.
Yeah, this one was a lot of work, but it was a class that I knew was going to be hard. That I was just like,
I
was like, I'm going to do it.
And then some of them would be like, you could do it from the beginning of the semester.
I think it was for like, you had to write a program or something like that, like using some math stuff. So I was like, I'll do it.
Oh, okay. Cool.
You gotta love the conversations we have. It starts with cocaine, and then I'm serious.
It eventually comes back to cocaine, though.
Everything comes back to cocaine. It is
what it is.
Thanks for...
Sorry for the headphone users.
Yeah.
We have to put a warning.
All right, peace. Like and
guys.
subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Let us know if you like cocaine.